Hey Rasmanites, what you're about to see in the form of a picture and hear is the audio replay of the Rasman's Reality Radio Show that was recorded Friday night at 5 p.m. Eastern, 22nd of February. The only reason you didn't see a Google Plus Hangout video version is because I was doing what I normally do, which is pull the video down so I can earn ad revenue from it. But I made a mistake usually before I pull it down, I have the video archived on my computer, of course. But I accidentally only archived the audio version for the radio affiliates and didn't archive the video version for re-upload. So I've had to slap this little intro on here and give you just an audio version tonight, or today, depending on when you're watching this. So I apologize severely. It will not happen again. Lesson learned to pay attention for sure. And this is, though, the original broadcast as it would have been seen for anybody who saw it live via Google Plus Hangout and YouTube live stream. The only exception being that I cut out a brief moment when the Hangout dropped me from the program. Enjoy. Yes, sorry, my earphones are caught. Hang on. Alright, what's up everybody? It's the Rasman's.
What's up?
Yes, what's up? It's the Rasman's Reality Radio Show on the air for another week. In your ear, I of course am your host, the Rasman, and it looks like I've already got people in the Hangout with me today, which is awesome. So thank you guys for jumping in so quick. Sorry for being a few minutes late. My Dragon profile was saving. So we've got Geeky.com's on Skinslip in the house. What's up, Brandon? It's been forever, man.
It's been a long time, man. Just chilling out here, about to write a review, and now the garbage people are like making lots of noise outside my window. Brilliant. Well, since you're here, that was one of the newses that I was going to start out with. I've figured out how to bring back Reality Between the Ropes, so that'll be returning this weekend, so you should be happy about that. I know you enjoyed reading the column when it was there. So, and then Scott, Shell Program 1138 is also in the house. How are you, man?
Hey, how's it going, man? I just finished eating, so I'm ready to go.
Awesome. So I got my prize from Film Angel 11 today. It came super fast, the Matrix Steelbook. So I was stoked up about that. And then she made a cool little drawing of Neo, which was really cool. I didn't even know she was an artist. So if anybody hasn't seen that video, shout out to her. Go check out that video. She's awesome. I'm going to try to get her on a future episode, but I don't think she has Google Plus at the moment. So what have you guys been up to this week? Anything good?
I'll let Brandon go first, man.
No, not really doing much. Just dealing with a lot of personal issues and moving. And,
oh yeah, I heard about that, man. I just haven't had a chance to talk to you about it. I'll talk to you about it off the air. I don't think you want to bring that stuff off the air.
Just moving. Gonna end up going to Austin in April, so I'm preparing for that. I'm a little behind on like wrestling. I saw Elimination Chamber, but I haven't seen anything post. But I do have an episode of Raw to watch. So.
Well, did you hear about the reveal of the new WWE Championship? Have you seen that?
Yeah, I heard it. I saw the photos. I'm just behind on watching that episode.
Well, what's your opinion on the new WWE Championship? Do you like the look of it?
It's better than the spinner belt, but it still looks like crap. It doesn't.
You know what? I don't think it looks like crap, but it could look better. And it's definitely better than the spinner belt. I actually like the kind of mix of old school and new school. What I don't like is that there's no nameplate on it. That really hurts me.
Yeah, that's kind of I'm all for breaking traditions in certain ways. That's a tradition that should have never been broken. I'm sorry. I just like that nameplate just makes the belt, and it, I like non-standard, like non-traditional belt shapes, but I don't like the way that it looks like some rapper's necklace, and it doesn't look like a freaking wrestling belt.
No, it doesn't. To me, when I saw it, you know what it reminded me of? A Super Bowl ring. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, not a rapper's, not a wrestling belt, not a belt, not a championship.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was definitely time for a new design. The spinner belt had far outrun its course, and I'm sure we'll get used to it. And the nameplate thing could be potentially interesting because of the fact that it's almost like a custom, not nameplate, sorry, the side plate thing. It's almost like a custom belt every time because whoever the champion is can put their logo or insignia on the side of the belt. So
that's true.
That's kind of interesting.
And the other thing is, I was a big fan of the new tag team belts that everyone hated, apparently. What they call the penny belts. I like those, so I guess this will probably grow on me. I guess I could like one belt and not like the other and be all right with it. I'm looking forward to the heavyweight title revamp. I know they want to do that too.
Well, I'm actually scared for that. I actually kind of don't want to see that happen because that is a belt with so much history. That was the NWA and WCW belt long before it got the WWE, and I don't want to see that history just sort of swept under the rug like they did with the Divas Championship. Like they totally got rid of the Women's Championship altogether. So
that is a hideous belt.
It is. Yeah. It is. Is it?
As much as I like that heavyweight title, it looks like chocolate covered with tinfoil. It just doesn't look. I don't know. I don't like it. It just feels like it needs to be a little bit more definition. I would think if they did a new belt, if they did an homage to that belt within the new belt, would be really cool.
Yeah. Well, I was almost kind of expecting them to do what they did with the Intercontinental Championship, the way they brought back the classic white Intercontinental title from the great era of that title. Like, how awesome would it have been for them to do like the winged WWE Championship again?
That would be cool. See, that'd be really cool. I'd like to bring that back. I love that belt. That looks like a championship. That looks like a wrestling belt, that's... And so does the NWA belt, but, still kind of looks like chocolate covered in gold foil,
Well, yeah, I agree. I hear what you're saying. I never really looked at it that way, because to me, when I see that belt, I just think of Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes and, all the epic battles, Sting and all the epic battles that went on with that belt. Which, by the way, speaking of that belt and the history of that belt, I did, thanks to my buddy WWE TNA for Life, my co-host on Talk Wrestling Online, I was able to get Volume 2 of the Best of WCW Monday Nitro Blu-ray ordered.
Oh, that's God, cool. I want both of them. I want them both.
I have seen... I don't own Volume 1, but I've seen it via Netflix, so I was more in a rush to see Volume 2, just to see the new matches. And then
I saw the first one via Netflix also.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good lineup, and I like the fact that they put the whole set on there, because a lot of times it's just a documentary on Netflix. So Scott, what's up with you, man? I know you said you were going Blu-ray shop on Wednesday when I talked to you. What'd you pick up?
Did I pick up all about I got Game of Thrones.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Did you get I was just gonna ask you, did you get
you see
the
it, Game of
Lannister
Thrones?
set or the regular one? But
I got
it's the Lannister set.
I got some other movies.
Oh, so you want to save them for your own Blu-ray update? You're not gonna.
I like red. Red's my favorite color, so.
Yeah. So, Brandon,
I got it mixed in with a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, Brandon, I'm hoping to make it out to Friday Night Insanity tonight too. If Sean can start on time, it's just the time zone difference makes it really hard for me.
I got alcohol. Ooh, you're gonna miss it all. God. Apparently, I've become a minor celebrity with that.
I know, it's been great. I've been watching them all on replay, and I love it for people that didn't know about you, because anybody that doesn't know you, that's you're not faking that. That's 100% who you are. You know?
Oh, that's great.
And I love that. I don't know who Brad is, but I love the war that you guys got going on.
Oh, don't even start with Brad. He actually started posting on my YouTube with like hate remarks, so I had to record him.
Oh,
yeah,
so it's not
fun at all. I didn't like the guy. That was me literally just ripping into the dude because he was like making reference to my personal life, and it makes me think I know the person outside of the internet.
Oh wow!
But I mean, I had talked about it on cam, like what was going on. So I think I know who it is, but I'm just gonna ignore them for the most part. Like they posted in the chat tonight, I'm probably just gonna ignore them. Maybe, depending on how drunk I am.
Oh well, that sucks, man. I thought it was
so Brad isn't his real name.
No, it's not his real name.
I just thought it was like a poking fun thing, like what you and Epic Conspiracy have going on. I didn't realize there was some real heat there. So. Oh
no, yeah, me and Epic Conspiracy, that's something else. That's just us being silly. We don't really get along, but we don't like necessarily hate each other. Okay, maybe he hates me, but
yeah, no, I don't really get along with him either because he's wacko. But no, I agree with what you said though. When it first started happening, like that first week, don't be slamming people's channels. Don't make it personal. It's you don't need to.
Yeah. You want to come to live chat and we'll rant at each other? Fine, that's fine.
Yeah.
Me and Epic Conspiracy had this epic Twitter battle going on for the last couple months where we just basically yell at each other. So.
What's funny to me about his taste, is that
Epic Conspiracy. Hey, I know Epic Conspiracy.
Yeah. I mean, what's funny to me about his taste is the fact that they are what they are because he's such a fan of Sean. I mean, he did that unboxing of one of Sean's DVD sets, and he comes to the chat, so he clearly is informed by Sean's material, but yet he makes such asinine decisions about what's a good film.
That's because he does it to troll people, because he knows someone like Sean will respond. And then Sean stopped responding.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I think that's what it is too. Yeah.
You talking about Epic?
Yeah, I'm talking about Epic.
Yeah, because anybody that thinks that the Battle Royale was not one of the best films of all time, clearly they have to be trolling. Because if they're not, then there's just something seriously wrong with them.
He said it was boring. I'm like, I don't think you watched the whole movie. I think you need to go back and finish the film.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing about it is, I mean, I love the Hunger Games. I'm not gonna lie. I'm one of those people that actually did really enjoy the story, and I think there's real merit to the story. And I don't like the Twilight comparison. And I'm gonna do a whole series of videos on the Hunger Games because I'm a big fan. But I do think that Suzanne Collins is a complete liar when she says she never saw Battle Royale, because that clearly is not the case.
Well, yes and no. I mean, I don't know. It's really hard because there is such thing as independent invention, And she could have seen other things like Surviving the Game or The Most Dangerous Game and various other things where people hunt each other, And then she may have come up with the idea of kids hunting, and then she'd be done with it. Someone goes, "Oh, did you see Battle Royale?" She's like, "What the hell's Battle Royale?" And then suddenly she sees it and goes, "Oh, fuck, I can't acknowledge I've ever seen this." So she got to cover her own ass.
Well, I mean,
give her the benefit of the doubt,
I mean, it could happen. I mean, it literally could happen because I personally am writing a novel myself.
That's cool.
And I know that it's really, really hard. Because when you think you hit on something, then your brain clicks and you're like, oh, I've seen that somewhere else. I can't use that. It's very, very hard to be 100% original with ideas.
Someone once said, art isn't original. Art is inspired. Okay? You get inspired by something. Don't copy it, but use the inspiration, wear it on your sleeve, wear it as a badge of honor, and promote those things that inspire you. You know, champion those things, because if they inspired you, they'll inspire someone else. Regardless if it's one thing to see something and go, I really like that idea. I think I can do it better, and then do it. It's another thing to completely copy something.
Right, and if you're going to do that, be forefront about it. Like me, I would put a thank you forward to J.K. Rowling and J.R.R. Tolkien, like right in the front of my book, because I'd want people to know that I'm not hiding from what inspired me to write a fantasy.
Yeah, and The Hunger Games is a different beast because it's such a big property now that you have to worry about litigious people, So you have to say, I'm original. I'd never seen that movie. Even if she had afterwards or before or whatever, she can't possibly at this point say that because she's got this huge studio backing and she has to listen to them or they pull the plug and stop giving her checks,
Yeah, you're 100% right, man. You're 100% right. And
I haven't seen the movie, and I'm willing to give it a chance, even if I think the idea doesn't look as good. I'll still give it a chance. And some reviewers I follow. Yeah, go ahead.
What I'll say about it, and I know Scott can speak on it too, because he has the same Target edition he sent me. What I'll say about it is it's very similar to Battle Royale, like the premise, but the actual character development is completely different. And
right.
And you really do feel, if you let yourself, you'll feel emotionally for Katniss and Peeta and what they're going through, particularly Katniss, because her story is just so well written. And that's the thing that I think that people aren't focusing on. They think it's, Twilight and fluff. It's not. There's actual real meat to the story, and she covers some really dark, deep stuff about what was going on in the world at the time that she wrote the first book.
Right.
So,
and I may have made fun of it a little bit in the past, but it's not like I'm not going to see it and try it out for myself,
Yeah, because I can literally say that Twilight is fluff and crap, but I cannot say that about the Hunger Games. And I think that's the problem with epic fantasy now is it all gets lumped together. Like, one of the things I'm working on is a rant about people telling me that just because I like Harry Potter means that I should like Twilight, that they're the same thing. They're not. One of them has subject and merit. One of them has nothing either way. So,
I'm a big proponent of don't make fun of it, don't judge it until you've seen it yourself, because you can't talk about the things you haven't seen. Right. It's a big problem I have with like Spike Lee right now, complaining about Django Unchained or whatever. Oh, I never saw it. It's racist. Like, you can't say it's racist. You never saw it.
It's not racist. It's fantastic.
I've been seeing it
from beginning to end, and it's funny.
My point is I make fun of the Twilight films because I've seen them. I've sat through them. I wanted to gouge my eyes out and stab an ice pick in my ear. But I've sat through them so I can say, I've seen it, So I can say, judge it and make fun of it appropriately,
You've earned my respect even more, man, because the furthest I got was 5 minutes into the first book and 5 minutes into the first film. Like, I tried.
I'm not very
I couldn't stomach it.
I have limits. I'm not gonna waste money on a book.
No, I didn't buy the book.
Yeah,
I read it in the library.
Yeah. I borrowed the films from a friend who loves them. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna borrow this. Watch it. I'm like, this was not good. Give me the second one. No, this one wasn't good either. Give me the third. No, this one's not good either. I haven't seen the last one.
Yeah.
Breaking Dawn or whatever.
You know what would be awesome though if we could all get in the right frame of mind to do it. The whole Kiki crew and Sean should get together and do a riffs track.
We're already planning to do at least watch it all together while drunk. Because he's like, I haven't seen it yet, and I kind of want to see it, just see what all it's about, but I don't want to see it sober or by myself. I'm like, okay, we'll figure this out. So in the future, that's going to happen, yeah.
Yeah, well, definitely, Sean, if you're watching this after the fact, if I don't see it tonight, definitely record it. Because I think that would be, something perfect that people would gladly go to theirnicerhack.com for or get a live stream for it, because I think it would be hilarious.
Yeah, we've talked about doing commentaries on films, and currently it's hard without being in the same room, and two, it's hard to do by isolating the dialogue, the audio that we record, so that we can actually release it. Because it's hard.
Well, the thing is, Sean has a little bit better time of it though, because he has that mixer, so he can he can do the live audio like this, but then simultaneously record better audio.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. The man's MacGyver with cables. Yeah, he's able to we were having problems when he was doing Dead Space, so he MacGyvered his PS3 through his camera to stream live, and then he put us on a different computer and patched our audio into it, so he had 3 devices going on at once, and audio coming from one, video coming from the other, all streaming on this other computer. It was he's a technical MacGyver.
It's amazing what he does. I need a new system so bad, and when I get the money together, I'm going to, if he's willing to do it, I'm going to send him enough money to build the system and ship it to me, because honestly, I'd rather my friend do it that knows the kind of production I want to do, rather than pay some guy $50 an hour here locally and him not build it right.
Yeah, all I need is a new video card. I've got a 7-year-old video card. I've got a brand new processor, brand new motherboard, brand new memory, but my video card is 7 years old, and it's giving me overheat errors and stuff. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
God.
well, my entire computer, other than my graphics card, ironically, is 7 years old. So, 4 gigs of RAM just doesn't cut it. If you notice, I had to cut all my videos back down to 720p because I can't edit in 1080p. It takes freaking 10 hours to edit.
Yeah.
I can't be.
You need 8 gigs minimum.
Yeah, 8 gigs minimum, preferably 16. And I don't care what people say about being overkill. I'd rather be overkilled than underkilled.
Actually, I have room for 2 more 4 gig chips. I'm probably going to do that. Good idea. I got to get a job and money first, but Yeah.
Well, speaking of 8 gigs, how awesome is it that the PS4 is basically a computer? That thing, I'm marked out for that console.
We haven't even seen what the console looks like. I swear to God, if it looks like an oblong box with a random point to the top, I'm going to flip my shit.
Yeah, I personally don't care. Yeah, I personally don't care what it looks like, because I was just watching the live unveiling stream and the power that it had graphically. I'm like, I might as well be gaming on a PC. This is fantastic.
I am absolutely not interested in any of the games they showed, but the system is going to be awesome. I cannot wait to get that controller. That controller, man. Oh, it looks like it's going to be so much more comfortable.
Yeah, and how much easier is it going to be for people like Sean and me and others who do live stuff, to actually be able to do it, because you can do it right from your console.
That would be really cool. Yeah.
That's huge. And the only game that they showed that interests me, though, was, you talked about none of them interest you. The only game that interests me was Watch Dogs. That looked pretty.
With what? I'm sorry.
Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs.
That one looked pretty cool.
Yeah, it looked right. I mean, it's one of those games that if it got really good reviews and I watched part of a playthrough and, okay, this game looks good, I'd pick it up. It doesn't immediately catch me. Certain games just don't catch me. It's just how it goes.
Yeah, and what they should have done to really grab people's attention is just God of War 4 or Dead Space 4, some big, huge franchise for them. That's what they should have shown, the beginnings of
That's going to be E3. That's going to be at E3. They're going to be by the way, we have the new Halo game from Bungie, but we're not calling it Halo. We got the new this game, we got the new that game.
Too. I forgot about that. That new Bungie game. I forget the name of it, but that one looked kind of cool. But again, it just looked like another Halo.
One of the big criticisms were that they didn't show any good titles. I'm like, but they have to save something for E3. We're gonna go into E3. I'm gonna watch that live broadcast, and they're gonna be like, this amazing game here. Oh, and by the way, we're doing Gran Turismo 6, and then I'll lose my shit. I'm buying a PS4. Because
maybe Grand Theft Auto 5 is a PS4 game.
It'll probably be the.
Yeah, it probably will be. And Drive Club. Speaking of Grand Theft Auto, Drive Club didn't look too bad. It looked like a cool concept.
Yeah. Gran Turismo, Drive Club looks okay, but I just feel like, I have one simulation game. It's called Gran Turismo. I don't want any others, There's a reason I went with the PS3 instead of an Xbox, and that was for Gran Turismo 5. And I'm not gonna break loyalty. I'm not gonna play some other game. Who cares about the social features? I got the internet for social features,
Well, you know that I'm a big sports nut, and the reason I switched over from the 360 to a PS3 was for the show. I got so tired of waiting for 2K to get their act together and make a decent baseball game, so I can't freaking wait for the show on PS3.
Yeah,
it's gonna be.
Those are very good games. I'm not a huge sports fan, but I like sports games. It's weird, especially basketball and baseball sports games. I don't know what it is. Just I love them. So
yeah. Well, that one of the ideas that I think I didn't get a chance to do it last year because it just got to be too late, and I was trying to figure things out logistically. But now that I have Dragon sorted and I have the Yeti for broadcasting, so I don't have to worry about Dragon messing up my levels.
Yetis!
Yetis for the win. That's the one thing I don't have, though. Yeah, is the pop filter. Although, to be honest, it's not as much of a problem as I thought it was going to be, because other than live broadcasts, I don't sit right on top of the mic.
Right.
So.
As long as you're not sitting on top of the mic, you're fine. But mine's like maybe a foot from my face. I need the pop filter.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about it is, where my room is logistically, I can't have it like where I'm right on top of it. Like, I'm here in the center and the mic's over here to the left.
Mm-hmm.
It's muted for everybody else, so I don't know where everybody would be at, but it's on my left-hand side. But yeah, I did figure out, though, that because of the tone of my voice, like I said, when I do live broadcasting, I do have to be a lot closer to it than I do when I'm filming, because when I'm filming, I can adjust the levels and things. It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the Yeti is amazing, and here comes another Yeti user. Brandon's in the house.
Hey guys.
For life. What's up?
Hey, Cheers for Life. I remember from the last live chat, maybe? Or was it one of the streaming events? I don't remember.
It might have been Talk Wrestling Online. I think you're a fan of our show, aren't you? Our wrestling show?
We got a TWOer in here. Awesome. Did it freeze up? It all went silent.
Did it?
Did it? Huh.
Oh, well.
Here we go. There you go.
Yeah, I think we're good now. I'll just have to do some tweaking in the audio version, cut that out. But Brandon, I think you may have seen Brandon on our Talk Wrestling Online show. You're a fan of that, aren't you?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, he's my co-host on there. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I decided to come in here and pop
I gotta
in
start
for a
watching
little bit.
wrestling again, man, so I can fit in.
You really do. We keep trying to get you to do it every week, so you really have to start watching it again. For sure. Just so you can play. But you have, the funny thing is, you don't watch wrestling, but you know how to be a mark perfectly. Like, Scott, you gotta do it for Brandon, because I know he'll get a kick out of it. Brandon's already heard it, but do your impersonation of a wrestling mark. Like a bad one.
I'm sorry, were you talking to me? Who are you talking to?
I forgot what I did. What did I do?
Okay.
You
The Rock
totally know that, like,
doesn't need to be world champion. He can come in because he's doing movies.
yeah, you totally had the
Oh,
whole,
yeah, that's right. Yeah, the Rock don't even do. He's doing movies. Yeah.
but you had the whole thing going on about how wrestling fans are never, the bad wrestling fans are never satisfied with anything.
Never.
You went on a whole tangent about that, and it was just hilarious.
Yeah, I
I wish
must have
that
got-
I had MP3
I
Skype.
must have got. Yeah, I got caught up in the moment last time, probably.
Yeah,
I don't remember it.
But, it kills me that people want to hate on The Rock for having a second career, but yet those same people cheer loudly when they see him. It just...
I think the problem is that it's the very few vocal fans are complaining, and everyone else, all the other marks, are flipping out for him,
Right.
Yeah, it's all the smarks that are being all assholes about it.
Yeah, here's my thing, and I said this in a video, and they've done exactly what I said they should have done, so The Rock is growing on me now. My biggest issue with The Rock was that when he won the WWE title, he should have been held to the same standard as any other talent. He should be there every week, and he should be seen, and he shouldn't be allowed to have celebrity treatment. And
he should be at house shows. Where is he? Why is he not at house shows?
Well, he's not at house shows, and that's the one thing. But at least he's on Raw now every week consistently, and he's allowing himself to get better, and he's getting back into the flow of wrestling. Like, as long as he's doing that, I have no issue.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't hold him to house shows. Like he can miss house shows. I don't really.
CM Punk was at every house show.
Yeah, Punk was at every house show.
Well, Punk is a god, and we all know this.
No, the real the champion is the face of the company. Is at every event, doing everything he can. The Rock is not, and as much as I love The Rock, that is a valid criticism.
Yeah, that is valid.
That is extremely valid.
I thought the match at the Elimination Chamber between Punk and Rock, it was far better than the Royal Rumble match, and that's where I started to turn to like The Rock. But I see your point where, and I've had this point too, where The Rock needs to be held to the same accountability as the other superstars.
Exactly. I mean, that's what he and I both have been saying for months, and that's what the wrestling fans, smart wrestling fans, that's what they're saying. It's these idiots who, just automatically hate on.
Come on, man. He's busy making the movies, man.
Oh, God.
Go back and make Fast and Furious. Get out of here.
That's the whole point, though. Although, with all that being said, though, I have to admit that the trailer for Snitch looks pretty dang cool.
Yeah, it's got decent reviews so far, so.
It looks like it might be his first decent movie since The Game Plan.
What, you didn't like Faster?
You know what? I actually haven't seen it yet, to be honest.
I
love Faster.
I am a fan of Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg is one of my favorite actors.
Yeah, and I did like, speaking of, buddy movies, The Rundown had some okay points to it. So, I mean...
Sean William Scott made that movie, though.
Yeah. The worst movie of them all, I'm sorry, hands down, though, the worst movie of them all was the one that started it. The Scorpion King was just god awful.
Oh, God. I loved Scorpion King when I was little.
Yeah, but now, come on.
Oh, God.
I went and seen that movie like 5 times in the theater when it came out.
I feel so bad about that. You should not be admitting that in public.
Look, he said when he was a kid.
No, I'm sorry. He's admitting that in public. He should not be admitting that in public. That's all I'm saying.
And it was The Rock. I was a huge Rock fan back in the day. And
who wasn't? The Rock was awesome. Is awesome.
Yeah, no, he is still awesome. And, every time I start to feel a little bit upset about him having no careers, I just go back and watch The Epic Journey. Because I have that set. And, I don't think he can be lying about the reasons that he came back. I mean, he is financially secure for life. He didn't have to come back to wrestling.
No, he did it because he missed it. Because wrestling's a freaking drug and we all know it.
Exactly.
You can't stay away from wrestling. It's just not possible.
Do you think we're going to see him at 30, though? Or do you think this is one song?
Here's hoping Stacy Keibler will come back.
Stacy Keibler won't come back. He's got George Clooney. She doesn't need wrestling.
He will be at 30 because Brock Rock has to happen.
Well, I think it does, too. But there's people that say, now that he's been WWE champion, he won't have anything left for him to feel like he needs to do, unless Brock is something he feels like he needs to do. So
I don't think it has something to do with. I don't think it has anything to do with what he feels like he needs to do. I think everything at this point is him feeding his addiction for wrestling because, it's like Hogan. Hogan has done everything, but he can't stop getting in the friggin' ring because he can't. help it.
Oh God!
In his blood, you know.
Right. Well, that was my point, man.
Okay.
That's what I was saying, was that, does he have anything, like, what made him come back was that love? Does he have anything left on his bucket list that he feels like he hasn't done yet?
Here's a cool thing.
Who knows?
What is your name? I know Brad, Joe Pilgrim, and what's your name?
Skinslip.
Okay, awesome. What do you think about the possibility of Undertaker not being there this year?
I thought the plan was him and CM Punk. Was that not the plan anymore?
Well, the
plan
thing
is
is,
him and CM Punk, but there's go ahead, Brandon. I'm sorry, you started it. I'll let you finish it.
that's okay. Undertaker is severely beaten up.
Yeah.
And he was severely beaten up last year at end of an era, and that was an amazing match. But it's not looking like he's going to be in shape this year because he had shoulder replacement surgery and he can't do upper body workout, and he had a hip replacement, so he can't do lower body. So
who says you can't do that? You just need to do specialized workouts. So you have workouts you can do. It's not like he's incapable of working out.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you he's working out. I mean,
yeah,
it's really up to him. Obviously, he's got like this open thing with WWE. He just says, "Yeah, I want to wrestle with me." And they're like, "Okay, here's your opponent. Let's go."
Yeah, well, I think that a lot of that too, like, I was saving this for Talk Wrestling Online tomorrow, but I'll go ahead and put it here. I think a lot of the reports saying all this stuff about Taker's condition, I think it's just to keep the pop there. I think it's to make people think it's not going to happen. And then on Monday, because they're in Houston, his hometown, so to me that's the last chance for it to happen. So on Monday, when Punk loses his match against John Cena, then the lights go out and everybody pops like crazy. I think that's all what it's for.
Yeah.
It's to keep some element of surprise to it.
Are you sure that CM Punk's going to lose his match versus Cena? I mean,
well, the thing is, that's the thing. That's the thing.
I hope he wins.
It's either going to be against Undertaker, so he loses, or it is going to be a triple threat at Mania, which I got to admit, I would rather see a triple threat match at Mania than a Rock Cena 2. By far.
Yeah.
By far.
You know, I'm torn about that. That would be a really good match. But at the same time, at WrestleMania on the grandest stage, I want a pure competition, quote-unquote pure competition, obviously, you know, of between two guys. I think that putting that third person in there means that The Rock could lose his title without actually losing. That's a cop-out, you know?
Well, not all triple threat matches are non-pure competition. I mean, they've had epic ones at Mania. They had Benoit, Triple H, and Michaels. They had Angle, Mysterio.
I understand. I'm talking about the fact that then the Rock loses the title because CM Punk pins, you know, John Cena, which he's done already before, but he's never been able to pin The Rock. You know what I mean? Like, and I just think that's a cop out, one for CM Punk, and two because then Rock loses his title without actually being involved for the most part in the pinfall. You know?
Yeah, and the other big problem is, I mean, let's face it, no matter which match it is, whether it's one-on-one or a triple threat, we all know Cena's walking out of Mania with the title.
Yeah.
So it's like,
if it's a triple threat, I would say there's a good chance that CM Punk walks out with the title. That's all I'm saying.
see, I would love for you to be right. I would absolutely love for you to be right. But he already had 434 days as champion, and Cena hasn't been champion in almost 5 years.
Good.
And everything they're doing with him character-wise about him overcoming his terrible year last year, like, I just don't see them.
He doesn't need a title.
He doesn't need the title. I completely agree. But I'm talking like a WWE booker right now. I'm not a fan.
Here's the thing. If Cena wins the title, I want to see a Ziggler-Cena match. That's all I got to say. Can I finally get Ziggler a title here? Jesus Christ.
Well, you know, here's the thing. I don't understand why he hasn't cashed in yet, but something that I started thinking about because he still hasn't done it. Now, granted, he may be in the main event at WrestleMania because what happened with Swagger, and I'll get into that in a second.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I would love for him to be world champion by being the only guy to wait a full year on his Money in the Bank, because that's the one thing we haven't seen. We haven't seen somebody take it right down to the wire. He takes it right down to the wire, cashes in, and then it sets up some kind of a thing where he could end up in a feud with Cena, and there could become an undisputed champion. That's the one thing that was going on in the back of my mind. I would like to see that happen. I don't know if it will happen, but I would like to see it. Did we freeze up again? Can you guys hear me?
I'm just looking at something. Because I thought someone did cash in at Mania before. 2 years ago.
I don't think anyone ever cashed in at Mania.
I'm looking right now. Fact checking.
Hey, are there any black wrestlers out there?
Black wrestler?
Yeah, like Booker T.
Sure, Booker T.
Mark Henry for the win.
Mark Henry, Kofi Kingston.
So Booker T still around?
Yeah, but he's not so much in the wrestling role anymore. He's mainly like on-screen general manager.
You're right. No one has cashed in at WrestleMania. That's probably what's going to happen then.
Yeah. Can you guys still hear me? Because I'm completely frozen on my end, so I have no idea if it's
you're good over here.
Yeah.
And I can still hear you. It don't freeze itself.
Something called webprocess.exe popped up, and I have no idea if that's Google Plus or not, so...
Cancel it.
Hold on. Yeah, I probably would cancel that. I never heard of it.
It's like
but if I click close the program, then I'm afraid Google Plus is going to crash.
Well, then just sign back in and we wait for you.
Yeah,
I guess I could do that. It would only be like 10 minutes of a part 2 for the audio version. Alright, hold on.
There we go.
He's back in.
Awesome. There's Raz.
So apparently you need to leave that process running.
Yeah, Raz.
Yeah, apparently I do, but I'm glad it kept you guys on the air, because that'll make me not have any work to do with the audio.
It actually had us off air.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Nah, be right.
I can edit a little bit. I'm not that lazy. But, yeah, I apologize to those of you who are watching on YouTube. And I hate everybody that's watching on YouTube, but clearly you just saw that if I'm, like, multitasking, that my computer will crash. So I can't actually go over to the feed.
At least it didn't full blue screen on you like it did yesterday.
Okay.
Friday Night Insanity's been moved to Saturday Night Insanity tomorrow because of Sean's little one is in town, or with him right now.
We got another Zarin Isaac fan in here.
Oh yeah, that's how Brandon and I met. We're both fans and friends of Sean. That's how we all ended up in the same clique.
Awesome. The clique.
And Brandon's one of the staff members at Geeky too. So
yep.
You can go read his work over there. And
good stuff.
It's so funny what you say about Chester, because he does the same thing for me too. You know, I'm not grammatically correct in the least, but he makes every article like so pristine.
Do you do wrestling articles too?
No, I do movie reviews. Cinematic Catastrophe.
Would you want to do a wrestling article sometime?
No, I don't watch wrestling consistently enough, sadly.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I don't have TV right now, so I have to illegally download them for now.
Yeah, he's a fan, but he doesn't have access to the product right now. Well, the other thing you could do, man, I don't know if it's probably not in your budget right now because everything you're going through, but you could get Hulu, and you could see a condensed version of Raw and a full version of everything else.
Yeah, the condensed version of Raw, where they put more commercials, leave all the commercials and take out all the matches. That sounds like a beautiful thing. No.
Right, well,
I watch wrestling for matches, not storylines. I'm a strange wrestling fan.
Right, but it's a full-on version of everything else, though, because I'm able to watch main event and NXT now, which I wasn't able to do before because I didn't have the channels. So.
I bet you're not liking TNA then, because the whole Aces and Eights deal.
I actually stopped watching TNA about 9 months ago when all the good wrestlers started leaving their contracts because TNA's back after WCW Part 2. Don't even get me started.
Well, Hogan's in TNA, man.
I have to admit, TNA gotten better. TNA is a much better company than they were.
When I'm watching events from 2007, 2008, 2009, and every match is making me go, oh, that was awesome, and I watch and go, this is just boring.
Oh yeah, TNA will never be, like it was back then. That was TNA top streak. But they've kind of recaptured what it used to be a little bit.
No! Wrong!
See, but if you haven't watched in 9 months, man, you can't really say that. Because I would say the same thing.
Don't judge me.
I'm saying it as a friend, man.
Don't judge me. You're not allowed to judge me. No, I'll check back in with it soon.
Yeah, well, the coolest thing was Austin Aries' push.
I love it. Oh my god, I was watching right when he first got his push. That was awesome. I'm sorry. Continue.
Yeah, he went all the way to the world title. I heard. He parlayed the X Division title into the world title. So
at the same time, I hate the fact that they took the push away from James Storm when Austin Aries hit it big. But I like that they went with the flow and decided to change their main storyline. But I feel bad for James Storm. That guy's been working hard for that company, and he just getting no love.
I think Storm will get the title before the end of the year. But what's really got me intrigued right now is what they're going to do with Bully Ray versus Jeff Hardy at Lockdown, because both guys are face.
Yeah.
It really has me intrigued. Are they really going to go the really obvious route and have Bully Ray turn and be part of Aces and Eights? Because if they do, I'm like, everything good you've done for the past 6 months.
We're gonna have Jeff Hardy turn into Raven again on that Lockdown.
Can we just have Raven back? Because I miss Raven.
Raven's awesome. I heard he kind of an asshole though in real life.
Yeah, so does a lot of people. So Shane Douglas, what do you do? Doesn't make him not a good wrestler,
Yeah, very true. Very true.
Yeah, so is Punk and so is Orton. So nobody cares about Orton. But
Punk's a hilarious douche, though. I usually laugh at his douchery.
Yeah. Yep. CM Punk he's awesome at being a douchebag. I mean, there are people that, in my mind, are allowed to be a douchebag. Justin Bieber, not so much.
Yeah, well, CM Punk wasn't a douchebag to everybody. He's usually a douchebag to people he perceives as being retarded or idiots or whatever. Right, it's not like he was just a douchebag to you. He'd be a douchebag to that Mark fan that won't shut up on his Twitter feed or whatever.
Yeah, somebody asked him about the Deadly Alliance. He's like, when are we going to see the Deadly Alliance? I seen it on Twitter, and CM Punk answered him okay, you're kind of late. You were going to see it in 1987.
That's awesome.
Oh, I love Punk. Punk is so amazing. And if anybody that is a wrestling fan or anybody's trying to get back into wrestling like Scott over here, you've got to get that Best in the World documentary. It's the greatest documentary.
Oh, I bought that first day. It was a day one purchase, man.
Yeah, that documentary.
On Blu-ray.
Yeah, it made me cry. I'm not going to lie, I cried like a little man child.
I didn't cry.
Little man child.
I was like, wow, this is really touching. I didn't cry, though. Just because I'm a way bigger man than your ass. I'm sorry.
Well, you know why I cried, though? Because two of the big moments on that set I was there live for. I was there live for the last match in ROH against Colt Cabana. And I was there live for the match for the OVW Championship against Ben Albright.
Why the hell isn't Colt Cabana in WWE already? For friggin'
I have no idea.
What the hell?
Ridiculous.
The better question.
That's for Gregory Iron. Why isn't Gregory Iron in WWE?
Gregory Iron should at least get the Royal Rumble, for God's sakes.
The better question is, why isn't Scotty Goldman in the WWE yet?
No. Don't mention it.
Scotty Goldman tape.
No. God, I want I just want him in. I want him there.
Cabana.
El Jericho got signed. I was super happy about that.
Yeah, El Generico got signed and he got to be El Generico. He's the first guy. He's the first guy since Punk to get to keep his gimmick.
They need to do that. I want Colt Cabana to come back and like tag team with Santino. I'm sorry, I just think it would be brilliant. Versus Kane and Daniel Bryan. Come on, that'd be like the greatest match.
I want to see Cabana come back, form with CM Punk, and boom, we see the reunion of the Second City Saints.
That'd be cool.
That would be epic. That would be epic.
I want him to come back as Matt Classic though. Come on.
Heck, I would be happy if Cabana just came back as Cabana and just got to commentate, because his podcast is freaking brilliant.
He's got one of the best podcasts on the on the internet.
I'm a religious listener of The Art of Wrestling.
Oh yeah. And I'm sad that they're keeping Sarah Del Rey as a trainer. She should be on TV. Sarah Del Rey is like the best female wrestler in America.
Well, I think that's why they won't put her on TV, because they want to get the talent to her level and have her train the talent. Because if she was on TV right now, she would make everyone else look so god-awful, which they're god-awful anyway, but she would make them look worse.
I'd say a broomstick would make the Divas division look god-awful.
Right. But I am excited for Paige and Charlotte Flair coming up, though. I think they're going to be awesome.
Yeah, they're very good. The Knockouts division is where you want to see real women's wrestling.
Nah,
Charlotte
it's gone down. Yes, Charlotte Flair.
Yes, Charlotte
Is that Ric Flair's daughter?
Yes.
Woo! Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, the Knockout division, you don't have, like, Angelina Love and Madison Rayne and all the people who used to be in there. Daphne. But you got Mickey in there and Velvet. And
Thank God for Velvet. If Velvet doesn't win, I haven't seen TNA yet, so no spoilers, please. But if Velvet did not win the title last night, you can consider me fully hashtag pissed off tomorrow for Talk Wrestling on Time.
Hashtag pissed off.
Oh God, I can't believe you used a hashtag in common speak. With Raz, kill me, bro.
No, I'm just doing it to be funny, though.
I know. Why? My question is, why isn't she in WWE?
Oh, Velvet, she absolutely needs to be in WWE, but WWE is retards.
Oh God. No, they have a few good female wrestlers. The problem is they only have a few good female wrestlers, and the rest are models pretending to be wrestlers.
You have two good female wrestlers in WWE, and one of them is wasting time with the Great Khali.
This is true. Well, I don't know, because AJ is very, very talented. She's just not allowed to show her talent in the ring.
AJ, Natalya, Caitlyn.
AJ's a little hoe right now, though.
Yeah,
it's fine.
AJ and Caitlyn needs to be a feud at WrestleMania. Will they do it? Probably not, but that's what needs to happen.
Yeah, and a cage match. Come on. No. A barbed wire death match. That's what I'm waiting to see.
I seen a women's barbed wire death match a few years ago, and I was like, holy crap. I think women are completely going Cactus Chainsaw Charlie on this mother.
Yeah. No doubt.
Let me get say Chainsaw Charlie used to be my favorite wrestler. I mean, Terry Funk was absolutely amazing in that gimmick.
The one of the best female wrestling matches of the hardcore standard that I've seen was 1997. There was a Megumi Kudo retirement match. It was a no ropes 200-volt double barbed wire barricade double landmine glass crushed death match. Good lord, that is a long title.
Wait a minute, you said a landmine?
Yes, that's basically what it is a board with barbed wire on it and explosive.
Oh God! Wow.
It's not really like no one's gonna die, but I mean it was, and it's not that like it was a hardcore match. Is that it was the build up. They're like wrestling, and then one goes for try to suplex it, and really close, and then they reverse it right before they get to the ropes, and like it's just like it was super tense, and it like 15 minutes before anyone hit any barbed wire, it was just a wrestling match.
Oh yeah.
And barbed wire, and like blood and awesome, like it was just an amazing story, and I I've yet to see most death matches are just look at each other like sticks, like it's kind of lame. Like in wrestle too, it is a wrestling match. It just happens to have hardcore elements in it.
Right.
Right. Well, I think a company that has a really consistently good women's product right now is Resistance Pro out of Chicago, run by Billy Corgan and the Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah.
They have a great women's division. So if you haven't checked them out, check them out because they're awesome.
Is TNA on Hulu?
TNA's not on Hulu. Hulu's WWE's deal. I wouldn't be surprised though if TNA tries to sign with Netflix. So just off.
They should.
Yeah, they really should. Hey guys, I have to step out. I have to get going.
All right, well, Brennan, do your thing because I'll have to end the show in about 10 minutes anyway, so I can edit together the audio version. I'll keep the ham on for you guys, but I'll have to work on editing the audio version so it's up at 7 on audio graded. But do your thing, plug your stuff, man, and I'll see you later on.
Definitely WWE TNA for life everywhere, and go to WrestlePalooza. And remember, we the people. I'll talk to you guys later.
Absolutely. WrestlePalooza.com, one of the best new wrestling websites out there. And
I'm going to see it.
Hey.
So, later.
Later.
But yeah, WrestlePalooza.com, I forgot to talk about that. That's Brennan's new wrestling website. And Reality Between the Ropes is going to double up on there. And we have Talk Wrestling Online on there as well. So. And I think I'm going to work on some exclusive stuff for over there too. I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do. But yeah, it's freaking sweet.
So say Charlotte Flair is in TNA or WWE?
She's in WWE Developmental and NXT.
Apparently doing really well too.
Yes. So
whatever happened to his son, man?
Who cares?
What did happen to Reed? Reed was pretty cool when he did that little segment on Nitro. I was like, dang, this kid can go for a 10-year-old.
I think he's referring to David Flair.
Yeah, David. That's what they know. David.
Oh, he's referring to David.
Who cares?
Oh, I don't know what happened to David, but Reed was pretty freaking good. And I have no idea what happened to that kid.
I don't know. Load up already.
So Scott, chime in and say something, man. I didn't mean for this whole show to be about wrestling. I feel bad.
It's always about wrestling, man. I'm gonna have to do a marathon on the wrestling.
I didn't know Brandon was gonna show up, and it just made it easier to talk to Brandon about wrestling because me and him always catch up about wrestling, and then Brandon showed up too, and it was just like overload. But chime up. Have you seen anything good this week or anything?
No, I've been mostly playing Dead Space all week.
I can't blame you there.
I haven't had time to watch it. I'm almost done. I'm on chapter 18. I think there's one more chapter left.
Alright, so on the single player or the multiplayer?
Co-op.
Oh, so you haven't even started the single player campaign yet?
No, not yet.
Skin, are you a Dead Space version other than Sean's videos, or do you play it?
Yeah, I haven't played any of them. I moderated the playthrough for Part 1 Extraction and Part 2. So.
Oh, yeah, because I remember, because I was going to say, because I watched the replays and your reactions, you were pretty freaked out at some of the stuff.
Side note, Reed Flair's in All Japan Pro Wrestling right now. That's what he's doing right now.
Oh, cool. Well, I hope WB looks at him because they should, because he's awesome. But,
it's not that I was freaked out, it's that they're jump scares. You're like, oh god, I didn't expect that, you know?
Right, no, yeah. That's what the whole game is.
His brother was like shrieking over in the corner. It was great. Good stuff.
Yeah. Two-man and two guy. Gotta love Kaz.
Yeah, it's great.
I love that guy. He's great.
So easily scared by horror movies. It's great.
But, you know, the thing is, here's the thing with me. People want to know why I don't review horror and talk about horror. I love the horror genre. The horror genre is some of the greatest films of all time. But CP literally makes you jump at everything anyway. So a lot of horror films I just can't watch because I'd be running the risk of having a heart attack.
Wow.
Like, literally, because I would jump every 5 seconds. And that's my problem with Dead Space. That's why I can't actually play Dead Space. And the most I can do is watch Sean's videos or Scott's videos. Because I know if I actually tried to play it, I would be in bad shape. You know?
Wow, I didn't know that. So you get to learn something new every day.
Yeah, CP makes you jump at everything. Like right now, if somebody were to open the door and walk up behind me and I didn't see them coming, which I would, obviously, because I'm on cam, but if I did it and they were just like, hey, what's up, that would make me jump. Like, anything unexpected, you jump at. That's cerebral palsy.
Honestly, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Wow, that is both sucky and supremely interesting to me.
Well, awesome. I'm glad I could be informative. But guys, I'm going to have to wrap up the on-air portion because there's actually some editing to do, which means I have to be lightning quick so I don't miss the audio graded airing. So thank you so much for being here. Brandon, I'll let you go first. Plug your YouTube and all your social media whereabouts and all that.
Yep. Twitter.com/skinslip, YouTube.com/skinslip. I'm Skinslip on Geeky.com. That's G33K-E.com.
Yes, an official sponsor of this program, so thank you for saving me having to do that at the end. And Scott?
Yeah, Chill Pilgrim 1138 on YouTube.
Awesome. As for me, check out the other official sponsors of this program. Handi Enterprises Inc, your productivity and communication specialist. I'm social media maverick for them, so I do all the social media for the company, so go and check that out because that only helps me out by doing so. And this is reality according to the Razman and Razman style.